What's going on YouTube? I'm Alex and this is the review of the Microsoft Lumia 650. This phone is only 6.9mm thin and weighs only 122 grams. This is probably the best looking Lumia phone that I have seen. This phone features a 5-inch AMOLED display with a 720p resolution and 297 pixels per inch. The viewing angles are excellent and the screen gets bright enough to be seen even in direct sunlight. Watching videos on this display is a very pleasant experience and the colors are very accurate. Even though this is not a 1080p screen, it was a very good choice for keeping the price of the phone low. The phone's frame is made out of metal and on the right hand side we have the power button and the volume keys. They are also made out of metal. At the bottom of the phone there is a charging port and right above that we have a speaker. On top we find the 3.5mm audio jack and the secondary microphone. The front-facing camera is a 5-megapixel sensor. The back of the phone is made out of plastic. It isn't slippery but it is a fingerprint magnet. The rear camera is an 8-megapixel sensor that can only record at 720p. The flash isn't the brightest out there either. Behind the rear cover we have a 2000 mAh battery, 2 SIM card slots and a SD card slot. Even though the battery isn't that big, it can make it through an entire day on one charge. One feature that I like about this phone is this always on display. So this stays on most of the time, like if you don't pick up the phone for a long time it's gonna turn off. But other than that, this stays on and it shows you whatever messages, missed calls you have. Like most Windows phones we get this type of launcher, so you can't really change that much. I mean, you can move these around, you can make them smaller, bigger, take them away and so on, but you don't have that much control that you'd have for an Android phone. For example, we have 3 buttons at the bottom right here. If you hold this one pressed, it's gonna give you the last apps that you have running. So to close them you just press the X there on top and that's how they close. Now one thing I've noticed is that everything is very slow, so let's open this app. So it's gonna take a while and it's gonna take a while and eventually it will open it. Let's open this one. So Cortana doesn't exactly do anything spectacular, it doesn't know anything. Show me the weather. So Cortana, it's useless, cannot do anything. So everything is done in slow motion, unfortunately, on this phone. The Antutu score, it's very high for this type of processor. I mean, it has a Snapdragon 212, I believe, 1 gig of RAM and 16 gigs of internal storage. But the Antutu score, it's 31,000. It's a very high score considering the phone it's rather slow. Even though it's not that slow for playing games. And I left the link in the right corner there if you want to check out the video with the gameplay test. Swiping to the right here, we're gonna get like the app drawer basically, so all the apps are gonna be on this list right here. Whatever you download and the recently added will be right there on top. Unfortunately, the Windows phones don't have that many apps available. So if you're looking for the Gmail app or the Maps app from Google or Google Drive or anything Google related, well, it's not gonna be here because they don't exist. I'm gonna show you the YouTube app that I found. So it's this one here, and if I press on it, basically just the browser opens and that's my YouTube app. And it sucks obviously because it's the browser and the browsers are slow. Since I'm in the YouTube app, I'm gonna open one of my own videos. This way I can show you how loud the speaker gets. So let's open this one right here. And I'm gonna try to maximize the video on the screen. So the video goes very smooth, it's at 720p, that's the maximum resolution you're gonna be able to see it. And the speaker here gets loud enough, however at very loud volumes it does get a bit distorted. On the multi-touch tester here, we'll see that we can touch the screen in 10 places in the same time and it will register all 10 of them. So it is better than most cheap phones which only have about 2 or 5 touch places in the same time. This is a 4G device and the 4G speeds of course depend on the network at that time, but the 4G connection seems to go very good. The sensor info app will show us what sensors are available, so I'm just gonna go through them, and that dims as soon as I get close. Activity sensor, pedometer, proximity sensor, and of course everything seems to go quite good. This phone doesn't have the built-in magnometer, so the compass app will not work on this phone. You can also change the colors, make these icons different colors, make all these different as well. So all you have to do is go to settings, personalization, and here you have a whole bunch of options where you can change colors and whatever you prefer basically. So this will change however you would like it. Now talking about the camera, we have an 8 megapixel sensor on the back. We have a couple of settings here, not that many settings. The camera, it's okay, it's not the best camera out there, so I'll just take a couple of pictures. In bright conditions it will do fine, however if it's not that bright, it's not gonna do that great. And here we can take a look at those pictures. So there is a bit of detail in them, but not that much. The front-facing camera is a 5 megapixel sensor. I like this a bit more than the rear one, to be honest. And there is a bit of detail in here. There is a lot of light pointing at the camera at the moment, so that's why you see all that blur in the back. But the front-facing camera, it's decent for video chats and stuff like that. So this is a very good looking phone. I mean, it does look premium, except for the back that looks a bit cheap. The screen is a very beautiful screen. However, they use the processor that shouldn't have been used. They should have used something more powerful. It's like they ran out of funds and they're like, oh, let's just use this processor instead of a real processor. So from that you can't even record at 1080p with the rear camera, and the apps take quite some time to open. But other than that, as an entry-level Windows phone, so you can have an idea how Windows Phone works, it's probably a good phone. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.